Hey everybody. All right, welcome to Xavia Fox Talks, and of course I'm your host, Xavia Fox. Anyway, I'm going to not take up any more mic time. I'm going to turn it over to the lovely women of the Sister Circle.
I think we might have touched on this. Say your name. I did already.
Question. Is it? It's
no,
not
the next
question.
one.
She didn't ask
Right,
the
because
question.
yours was the money.
Yes.
How do we go from money to submission?
I was That's okay. We're back. We digress.
Yeah, we're back. Anyway, yeah, I'm Kelly. I'm suffering from abstinence. I'm a victim, and I'm also suffering from a lack of nicotine because I just recently quit smoking. So I may feel a little irate. No.
That's okay. Congratulations. Yes,
I know. But my question is, what does the phrase "strong black woman" mean? Now, because that ties hand in hand with independent. You do know that. Yeah. So this is the softer term for independent woman. A strong black woman. It's the softer term. Because when we say independent, it's negative, negative, negative.
Yeah.
So we're going to just bring it down.
Okay.
The strong black woman. Okay. So to me, it just means she's got your back. You know, if your situation falls, she's gonna have you. She's not gonna run away from you. You know, your mishap or something that may have occurred in your life is not gonna run her away. She's gonna have your back. You know, if you jump over that fence and you trip, she's gonna be right there to catch you. You know, and also it means that she's happy with who she is. You're not necessarily making her happy as a person. Right. You're bringing happiness to her. You're adding it to who she is. Not necessarily I'm making you happy. And so when you leave, you know, you're gonna take the happiness with me. No, I was happy before I met you. You're adding to it. You know. Also, she runs her life very well. She's strong. She's black. She's a woman. She runs her life very well. So to just turn her wheel over when she's doing a really good job, you're gonna have to be, you know, a great man, really, because a strong black woman takes care of herself. She's not going to just give her wheel, the driver's wheel to anyone, meaning the driver's wheel of her life. But it doesn't necessarily mean she's gonna bail on you either. And I think some guys misperceive and they think that, oh, she's a strong black woman and, you know, she ain't trying to hear you. No, it doesn't mean we doesn't listen. It just means we have our own opinions. You know, we can take care of ourselves. We're gonna have your back and your mama's back too. You know, we're gonna hang in there through some rough times, you know, and if it get too bad, we're gonna leave and we're gonna still handle our business with it without you. It's not to negate you at all. It's just who we are. That's my definition.
Wow, that's good.
And she needs to be heard and understood.
Yes.
I mean, that's it.
Wow.
There's nothing, you know, bad about that.
I think that's excellent.
Yes.
For some reason, whenever I hear people say, I'm a strong black woman, I think there's such insecurity in there. And the reason I say that is because we can see that you're strong. No other race says, I'm a strong Asian woman, I'm a strong, you know, Indian woman. And it's not necessary. And I think because throughout the years, maybe we've been perceived as weak. And so now we have to prove something.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that, I try not to ever use that.
I don't use it.
Yeah, and I just think
I don't
that,
use
you know, a lot of
is one of
times
their
when I
questions.
do hear it, I almost hear it in a negative way.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
And it
so-
shouldn't be. But
It
I don't.
shouldn't be.
Yeah, it just means
know?
we know how to handle our business and we know how to take care of ourselves, and we're not gonna bail on you. We got your back. We're here for you.
Right.
You know, we're gonna take a whole lot because we're strong. We've come from a lot.
That's true too.
You know, we've come from a lot, so we can handle it.
I don't think
know?
that it should be perceived as a negative,
But it
because
is.
it is, but it should not be, because if we look at history, no other culture had to withstand all the things that we did.
Exactly.
We had to. So I look at a strong black woman as one who is able to withstand and adapt to any
environment. That's
so
right. That's
to
right.
that point where we should not take that as negative, because we've earned that.
Yes,
and it has
ma'am.
nothing to do with our insecurity, because if you think about it, when we, way back when, we have been strong and for the test of time, we had to be. And I think it just shows that our resilience to where we come from, where we constantly still going, because my hat goes out to each one of you sitting at this table, because we can raise homes by ourselves.
Yeah.
Even though we can't show a man how to be a man if we have sons, but we surely can rule that household enough, although we do need our brothers. But we have to give ourselves some credit because we are strong, and we should be, and we don't have to go around saying it, because in our actions you're going to see our strength anyway. But anyway, it depends, and I think a lot of times, I think personally, and I'm not saying this because I am a woman, we are not given enough credit for what we're doing, what we have done, and what we are doing. We're being criticized, we're being punished in a sense. You know, if we come off too strong, we are being looked at as, oh, she's a hell raiser. No, it's just that I'm strong. My strength should not be a negativity of who I am. My strength should show you where I come from, me in tune with myself, and where I'm going, and able to still stand, giving it all, and what we've been dealt with. No other culture have to deal with what we have to do with on a constant basis.
It goes to the misuse of the words, independent, strong, everything, you know, and how
it's so crazy to me. Everything with black women, whether it's independent, strong, why do it have to be negative?
But here we just sit here and say if a man cries,
it would
we don't see it as something negative.
Right.
I don't see that as negative.
Me either.
If a man cries.
We use it sometimes as negative.
I don't. I honestly don't.
There are people that do.
A lot of women do though. I mean, like, you know, you guys should leave me alone. I'm a strong black woman. I mean, why do we even need to do that? That's not even necessary. I think we are phenomenal women. I think, like you said, we've gone through so many different obstacles that we've survived.
Exactly.
We've survived and led in. So, you know, whenever I see women, and that's why I say it's the insecurity. Because
there's women out there using that shouldn't.
I should conduct my life that without me even saying the words,
you'll know.
Right.
You see it. And you see I'm black, you're looking at my face.
But I understand. On the other side, I can understand why some women say a strong black woman, because if you notice, if any strong black man, if it's a strong black woman behind him, that's the only reason why he's standing. There wouldn't be no President Obama without Michelle. Let's be real. It wouldn't be, because she's behind the scenes.
Now it's okay to say that's a strong black woman.
So it's like, I don't think, I think we shouldn't, that shouldn't be taken away from us. If a person wants to say that, it doesn't necessarily mean that they could be insecure. It can just mean that that's like our cattle call. You know, you get a hooray. That's my cattle call, as I say, because that's like, okay, I don't have to say it, you're going to see it anywhere, but there are times where I have to remind myself in my constant battle, yes, you are a strong black woman, and it has nothing to do with my insecurities. It's just that I'm adapting to this particular season in my life. You know what I mean?
I guess if I walked up to you and in a conversation, I said, you know what, I'm intelligent, and I'm pretty, and
who does that?
Then why do you need to say I'm a strong black woman?
Right.
But it's okay.
It's to me that we have adopted that. You know, it's like,
you don't have to. But why is it okay when we say it about Michelle Obama? That's a strong black woman. Why is it okay then?
Because you can say she's a strong black woman, but if she walks up to you and says, I'm a strong black woman, all right, well, for me to say, you know what, you're a beautiful woman. Right. But for you to introduce me, hi, I'm a beautiful woman. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's a compliment to be given to someone.
That's true too.
That's not a negative thing. Yeah. But when we start throwing it as a dagger, you know, she better leave me alone. Strong black woman.
Now
that's an insecurity,
right? And that makes a lot of sense.
That's an insecurity.
I mean, that, you know, that's fine. You know, hey.
Yeah.
The guys want to know. They want to know. You know, they want to know. That's their man.
Okay.
They want to know what it is. So, you know,
that's what it is.
I don't know.
That makes a lot of sense.
You know?
Yeah, it's not. It's just our inability to be able to adapt and withstand all circumstances. That's what a strong black woman
ability
is.
or inability?
Our ability to stand and adapt to any situation.
But see, in the guy's eyes, it's negativity. So we need to explain what it is in a positive light, because this is one of their questions. What does the strong black woman mean? That's their question.
But in a sense, what men, they won't, some will admit it because they have. a man really don't want a weak woman. He really don't want a weak woman. Men generally want a strong woman. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Depends on the man. When they get to, it depends on the man. I think when they get to that point in their life, that of course, when they're younger, they don't care, and it's gonna be whatever. But when he's ready to get married and settle down, he wants something of substance. He want a man. He does want a woman that can handle her own. I think so.
But it's criticized. I mean, that's this is what you want, but it's criticized.
I guess that would
be depends on the man. It depends on the man.
Of course, it depends
why
on the man.
Is it criticized? Why?
Because they want a strong woman that can have their back and can support them. They don't want a strong woman walking in telling them what to do and competing with me. You can't have two heads.
Right.
So I think again goes back to the definition. What does that exactly mean? And I think
that's what they want to know.
Different people.
That's what they when you sit down with video. They did describe that. In the video, in the men's video, Brothers of the Round Table video, they did describe individually what that.
Think a strong black woman is.
But they also described what that strong black woman is for them specifically. Each one of them gave the definition. So, and they did come back and say, yes, this is what we need.
Okay, so next, who's going to answer next?
I just agree that it just means that we can wear many hats. We're strong. We're there family or family-wise, support-wise in a relationship. A strong black woman, it's just that we're supportive. I think it's more supportive than anything. It means that we're really supportive. More than anything.
Did y'all answer?
I didn't. I think a strong black woman is a woman that can rise to the occasion, much like what you said, depending on the circumstance, but then know how to, be the nurturer for whatever the situation is. It's not always necessarily the person that has to be the most vocal, but sometimes the most visible.
Right.
Sometimes that presence is felt, but not necessarily seen. So it's a gift that we've been blessed with by God, and that we share with the world.
Yeah.
And I think a strong black woman.
Did you hear that? I like it. Because this is their question.
And knowing your power, knowing how powerful you are, and knowing how to use and when to use that power.
Because presence is everything.
I think a strong black woman is so comfortable with who she is that it doesn't matter.
She exudes.
As you said, she don't have to voice it because you're going to see it anyway. By her action.
See, there you go. That's it.
That's it.
Did you like that?
Wow. Hi.
And when you meet a woman, do you automatically, the first thing that you think is sex when you first meet a woman?
Well, again,
it's in the back. You talk about walking out the street and seeing that booty, right?
Right. Because here's the thing.
And while I was growing up, she was in one relationship, and she cooked for this man, she cleaned for this man, she bought him gifts. I mean, she just did the world for him. And what I registered in my head was, I ain't doing none of that. That didn't get her nowhere.
But she's a
like you said, but even though when you say every man, you never really know what goes on behind the closed door for every brother.
Say that.
But, so you never know what these sisters are dealing with when his brother gets over here, whether or not he abusive verbally or physically.
Vice versa.
So, and he might have that, like, oh, that's a cool brother. Right. He might not be taking care of his kids.
Vice versa.
So you never know what kind of brother you're really talking about. And again, I think that a lot of women do carry that baggage around them. And I think as you get older, they're like, okay, I met this type of brother. He reminds me of this type of brother, so I want to deal with him. And you go further from that, like, okay, well, how is she going to look at me now? You know what I think?
I had to learn to touchy-feely. I wasn't the touchy-feely girl. I'm not the one where, oh, you got to cuddle me after we have sex. No, get off. You better cuddle me. Seriously. Like,
Foxy, I see you.
This girl, Miss Fox, thinks she gonna eat our loaded yam, the whole thing, but that ain't going on. Jimmy Jam gonna smash it. With my guest, Xavia Fox from Xavia Fox Talks.
And you can tell everybody what you want to be called by.
Xavia Fox here, still on the red carpet.
Miss X.